Hey, so in this video, I'm going to show you how to make this little fact drop down. And what we're going to do, a little something extra, a bonus, is how to make these cool little icons next to it to just make it stand out a little bit more. So let's go into the edit. And for this sake, I have already put this in. So to show you, I'm going to just delete this up here so I can show you how I did this. So let's see, we're going to go. So what I did is I split these up into two spacers for a grid so they could be side by side. You could turn this into three. Just use those spacers to grid it out if that's what you want to do. And so up here at the top, you want to add code. So we are going to add a code. This is where we're going to add our JavaScript. And this is what's going to tell the drop down to drop down. Pretty much that simple. So that's what JavaScript is doing. So let's take out the code that's already in there, and we're going to copy and paste that code that is given to you in the blog. And also it is below this if you are watching this on YouTube. Let's see, so now we got that in, and now let's go in and we're going to add our markdown. So this is your HTML part. And within this, just to be clear, when you're doing this, there's no like hit apply or anything like that. All you need to do is just click out. So now let's click our little plus sign, and we are going to add markdown. Now this is where you're going to add in your questions and your answers. So sometimes it might be easier to go ahead and maybe write this into a Google Doc or some type of document first, and then just like copy and paste it all in here. That might be a little bit easier. So you're not having to go in and do this one by one, but that's completely up to you, whatever you want to do. So we're going to do hashtags. These hashtags are going to be your headers. So one hashtag is header 1, 2, 3, all that. So for this case, we're just going to do header 3, but I will say on the CSS side, we are going to customize that font size. So if you don't want the size to be any of the headers that you have right now, that's completely fine because we can adjust that sizing. So like if your header 3 is a little bit bigger than what you want it to be, we can knock it down a few on the CSS side. So don't worry about that. So let's say if you just wanted a little plus sign, we're going to go on our keyboard and put the little plus sign, and we'll do question here. And then just enter and answer here. And now let's do another one. If you want to add a fun little thing like this, so this is a cute little arrow, or if you're a travel blogger or anything like that, if you want to do a cute little airplane. So I have other codes for you to use if there's something you want to do. There's X's, there's check marks, there's actually a bunch of different types of arrows. There's scissors, like hair scissors. If you're a hairstylist, it's pretty cute. So what we're going to do is we want to do an and symbol, hashtag or number sign, and then X, and then you are going to put in that code that is given to you, the hex code. So for this one, it's going to be 27B3, and then you want to do that semicolon. If you do not do that semicolon, it will not recognize it. So then question here, and answer. And let's just do one more. And hashtag X. And then this one is going to be the airplane. And answer. All right, now we're going to hit apply. And you can do as many as you want down here. Sometimes it is kind of nice to like break it up in grids so you're not like going straight down and it's super long. So let's hit done and save. Now we got that. Now this, it's already doing the drop down because I've already gone in here for the sake so you can see this for the CSS. So let's go back here and show you how we get that part. So we're going to go to design and custom CSS, and right here I've already pasted this in, but you will grab that code for the CSS part, and you'll paste this in. So I kind of want to show you what this is a little bit. So if you decided to use 2 hashtags instead of 3, you're going to want to change it right here. So you would change it to header 2 instead of header 3, because that's what it's recognizing is those hashtags. So that's what, if you're having any trouble, that could be the problem right there. So, and then this is where I was talking about where your font size, if the header 3 was maybe a little bit too big and you want it to be like a little bit smaller, you can change that here. And then the margin is how pushed into the left it is. We have it on the left side. So you can adjust that easily. All you have to do is change these numbers. Like say if I do 30, and you'll see it will adjust that. So if you're not really sure what some of these do, just change in the numbers and I promise you it will show you. But be careful to not change anything else because it might get a little squirrely on you. So, okay, the P right here is going to be your answer part. So let's say you wanted this to be a different color. You didn't want it to be white. So we can go in here and we can type in color, semicolon, or is that a semicolon? What is that one called? I forget what that's called, the 2 dots. Okay, so, and then let's just say black, or if you have a hex code, you can put that hex code in there with the hashtag and the numbers. And then make sure you put that semicolon, and that will change it right here. So there we go. And now this one, how we have this changing when you click on it, that is this one right here. So the header 3, when it opens, it's going to turn black. So you can change this as well. Let's say you have let's do this random hex code that I have in front of me. I'm not really sure what color this is right now, so we're just going to see. See, okay. So see how that changed. You can do your hex code like that. So you obviously don't want to do that because you cannot read that. So I'm going to change this back to black. And that should be it. If you want to look at any more of these cute little icons that you can do, I have a list of different hex codes for you. Just go in and check out the blog.